But this car is the best car I've seen, made by China.
Hello everyone, back to a very special video because today I'm going to show you some on-the-ground footage from China from last year, 2019, when I actually became a NIO investor. Most of you know that I have been investing pretty early and also covering it here on my channel. So I'm now sitting at a very nice average of around $3 a share, but it hasn't always been easy to hold on to these shares during the troublesome times last year and also to the beginning of this year. So I'm going to show you some footage of my personal experience of driving in a NIO car, and most importantly also speaking to one of the early adopters and customers, because I think this is really important in order to get an understanding why people throw their money at this company and also what makes this company unique. This is kind of the due diligence that I like to do with the companies that I invest in, usually as far as it's possible, using the product, speaking to consumer. So let's take a look at some of the footage, riding in this user's car, talking about it. And I've been recording this conversation with him sitting in a NIO house in Shanghai. So without further ado, please like, subscribe to the channel, and let's have a look at what he has to say about NIO. And do you also buy NIO because you support the mission of a more healthy lifestyle, or it doesn't matter to you?
Because I used to have two cars.
Yeah.
One normal car, one just like E-Class.
Yeah.
One SUV. I like driving SUV.
Okay.
Because I'm tall enough to.
Yeah.
I'm too tall to sit in the sports car. It's not so comfortable.
Okay.
So I like SUV and the tall wheels.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like the big car.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I sell my old car.
Okay.
And I choose the SUV, and the NIO come to see me.
Okay.
Their founder, Bing, come to see my family.
Really?
We
Personally,
yes.
Oh wow.
We such like a friend. It's not like a customer and seller. It's just like friends. If tell me this one's good, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing he talks about is about his buying experience and actually how he got referred to buying a NIO. And we know NIO is a user enterprise. They have really the highest industry referral rates of users that are recommending their own products. And he mentions this little story, like even Li Bin, the CEO and founder of NIO, has been meeting his friend, and thereby, just word to mouth. This is how it really sticks in this very social context in China. Super important. And this also tells you how highly people are actually speaking about not only the founder, but also the company and as a brand here. And then I went on talking a little bit deeper about those cultural, contextual nuances like face giving, because ultimately NIO is this kind of a new brand in China, right? And Chinese brands usually they stand for cheap quality, copying, and so on. So I was wondering, how is NIO among his peers, like really rich Chinese young people, actually perceived? What do you think about NIO? Is it face giving?
Yeah, face giving, right? It's face giving. Cool. Even mostly mine, the last year about June.
Yeah.
I picked my car in June, and June and July these 2 years, there's no such car in traffic.
Yeah.
I drive in traffic, and I got very confidence.
Okay.
They don't know this.
Yeah.
Many people come to ask me.
Thank you. And they ask you what
car is this? Hey, right. I don't see it. Can I take a picture?
Really?
Okay.
Cool. So they're not like, I don't know this brand, it's not cool.
Such like I'm driving a McLaren. I'm driving a McLaren. Or Bacardi.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
I told him it's just a Chinese made. It's a Chinese car.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Chinese car. It's so beautiful. Because before NIO, there's no such car.
So this aspect that NIO is actually face giving in China cannot be appreciated enough, because this is really the higher investment that NIO has been taking with NIO Life, with the NIO houses. They have been criticized for that a lot, but it actually works. And this is now an intangible asset that NIO has kind of on their balance sheet and can monetize in a way that they can tap into those rich, high net worth individual consumers in China. And NIO is perceived as this premium to luxury brand, although it's a Chinese brand. And this is, for instance, very much in contrast to what he says about BYD.
Do you know how I think about BYD?
No?
Like, give me money, give me money. No?
Okay.
Give back.
Because
no,
quality is not good.
Quality is not good. And BYD, you know, in Chinese, BYD means another means. In their band, they could say "build your dreams," right? But BYD in Chinese is a kind of F things, right? Yeah. Dirty language, right? And only the people don't have money. Only the people who want a big car and they don't mind the quality and don't mind the band, they could buy BYD.
So this is really interesting, right? BYD is an older Chinese brand, but in all the years, they haven't managed to get up to this perception among Chinese like NIO has done in a couple of years now. And this was also one of the reasons I get often asked why I only invest in NIO and in Tesla, and not, for instance, so far in BYD or Xiaopeng or Li Auto and so far. And this is mainly because, if we look at the pricing chart again here, NIO has really established itself as a brand competing with the high German premium brands here, and this is something that cannot be copied easily with the low mass market brands like BYD, for instance. And it's interesting to see that this perception of the brands even extends to the German OEM brands. So look how he's talking about BMW, Mercedes and Audi here. Usually you would say like famous car brands like Bauma, Audi, and so
Mrs.
on. Bencher, they give you face, right? But it's now the first time a Chinese brand also can do it.
But in China, these three brands, their level is going down.
Okay.
Because what in the past time, Benz, Bauma, Audi, it's all very cheap and very expensive.
Yes.
But now it's manufactured. It's now made by China. All made by China.
Yeah.
So the price go low, and they go. In the past, the people buy Audi by what? By A6, and then they come to A3, A2, A1. More than 10 grand they can buy an Audi.
And how do you think like your electric car compares to like Audi, BMW, and Benz in terms of technology, quality, and so on, and look?
After I drive that, they have got they have a changing car for you if your car go to repairing. They're changing a car to you. The changing car is Audi A6. Mercedes-Benz GLC, and BMW X4, X5, and also Volvo T60, T90. So this kind of 5 car, I don't want to drive. This kind of car, I don't want to drive either.
Why?
The power is low, and the room is short. And I after you familiar with the electric car driving mode, you don't want to drive the normal fuel car.
And this also really sticks. Like, he doesn't want to drive a normal fuel car anymore because, this is just a general context of how EVs are so much better than ICE, like internal combustion engine cars. It's more fun, there's more acceleration, more torque, and they're easier to use. They have less cost for running them and so on. And now it feels even like prehistoric to go back and drive one of those gas guzzlers once you have been driving an EV. And this is what I hear from Tesla owners and now also from from a NIO owner.
Yeah. But after I drive that, I come back to drive my Benz. I think why I push my gear, they don't get speed.
So to wrap things up here, this was really a decisive moment for my personal investment story in NIO, because this gave me the trust and the confidence to throw more money into NIO when they were in really bad times, when they have financial problems, and it wasn't clear whether or not they can sell enough cars. But driving the car and also speaking to the customers here really enhanced my confidence here that this could be a game-changing product and that they have USPs like defendable assets that nobody else has in this market. And this keeps me going forward confident that NIO can actually compete in this market even when other car companies are entering with their own EVs as well. And also that they have a distinctive difference to what Tesla is doing, despite the fact that Tesla is also really positioned very well in China and doing quite well in terms of sales. So I hope this also gives you a nice insight about how I'm making my investments, but also maybe adding to your personal due diligence and investigation in what NIO is actually doing and how competitive they are and how well the product is working. I'm going to report a couple of more videos on similar to that later, for instance about NIO houses. Maybe I'll release them first with my patrons as blog posts and as exclusive content. And later on, I will be adding to it when I publish my newest release about the valuation sheet that I'm working on about NIO, in order to give you a better understanding where I personally think that NIO could be growing in the future. And so for now, I keep on working on that. Thank you guys for the support and see you in the next one.